One of his eyes was making a full recovery, but there was always one eye that was just a little bit worse. And even though the medication was helping, it just reached the point that he clearly needed some kind of medical intervention. Cricket was always very full of life. He didn't let whatever was going on, he didn't let it stop him. He had lots of energy, he had a really great appetite. So there was never really any issues beyond what he visually was looking like. I have been a foster and volunteer with Best Friends Animal Society since 2018. I got the call from the foster team that a little singleton came in, and I went to go pick him up and I brought him home. Cricket was just about to be 5 weeks when I picked him up from Best Friends. He was in pretty bad shape visually when I saw him, so I was very concerned. He was on medication. He had a very visible URI going on his eyes and his nose. And he also ended up having these really bad ulcers, which I had never seen before. I was worried about him, but despite visually not looking that well, he always had really great energy. He was always very social. He is so cuddly. If he's ready to fall asleep, he'll crawl around your neck and fall asleep. He just has been the sweetest, most social kitten. One of his eyes was making a full recovery, but there was always one eye that was just a little bit worse. And even though the medication was helping, it just reached the point that he clearly needed some kind of medical intervention. So during his neuter surgery, while he was under anesthesia, they were able to go in and investigate what was going on with the eye. The day of, I was so nervous and I was texting them, like, is there any updates on Cricket and how's he doing? And then they let me know that they were able to save his eye. The issue wasn't so much his eye, it was his eyelids that somehow managed to get fused together, and it was creating a lot of swelling. So they went in and they were able to open up his eye. And when I went to go pick him up, he already visually was looking so much better. My biggest concern with Cricket was always that people were not going to be able to look beyond the visual difference and that it would stop him from getting interest. But I think the opposite happened. I think his story really touched a lot of people and he showed how resilient he is. So I think a lot of people really were drawn to him because he's been through so much and he's really come out on top. I've fostered over 50 kittens at this point, and I still do get emotional when I have to say goodbye, especially kittens like Cricket who are so special and they've gone through so much. It really pulls on my heartstrings a little bit more. It's always a hard day, but when I know that they're going to a great home, that really makes the biggest difference. When you volunteer in shelter-like situations or rescues, you see firsthand how important it is to foster, and you see what a difference it makes. Taking that kitten home with me means that they now have the ability to go to a city shelter and take a family of kittens, a mama and babies, a full litter, and they can rescue them and save them. So it really does save lives. If you want to help animals, fostering is one of the best things that you can do.